Hey everybody, it's Oliver Joyce from Whiskeybarrel Studios, and it's the 28th of July, which means it's time. Well, it just means the 28th of July, but it is time for another Swords and Sandals Immortals developer update. And this is a fairly small update because I don't have that much to talk about this week. But two main things. Firstly, I've been going through the game and adding music tracks to the arenas in the game. And as I might have mentioned this last week, but there are over 25 arenas in the game now, and each will have its own weather, sort of a range of temperatures between, average temperatures. So if you go into the desert, chances are you're going to be fighting on a very hot day, or if you are fighting underground, it's going to be cold. And this will impact your gladiators. Some gladiators will fight better. They'll have bonuses if they fight in the cold, and some will have bonuses if they fight in the heat, or penalties. So a Sagan blob will struggle in the desert, but an undead will struggle in the heat of the day, that kind of thing. So that's going to be quite interesting, and it'll make for sort of certain strategic advantages for multiplayer and that kind of thing, depending on which arena you choose. And if you notice the title there, Rocking the Arena, I've gone through and between my composer Electro and myself, and a whole bunch of interesting stock tracks that I've found on various music sites, I've gone through and put a really rocking sort of 1980s style rock soundtrack to the game, which is pretty cool. It's the best way to describe it was every fight now feels a little bit like a Rocky IV training montage. So you get these sort of big drums and guitars. The songs sort of vary between those sort of 80s power rock songs, a little bit of synth, which is really cool, kind of sort of synth 80s style, and also a little bit of what sounds to me a bit like the Doom soundtrack. There's some faster, heavier stuff in there as well, which sounds quite cool and certainly gets the blood flowing when it's time for battle. But the major change from previous games is there's not much in the way of orchestral stuff in there. The previous games had a lot of orchestral versions of the Swords and Sandals theme. You won't find that much in this game because I really wanted this game to be a bit of a pastiche of sort of classic, movies like Bloodsport and Mortal Kombat and that kind of thing, and Rocky, of course, and of course, classic Swords and Sandals. But I just wanted to feel a bit more because the automaton robots are part of this game. They sort of conjure up memories of 1980s style sci-fi, Terminator, Aliens, that kind of thing, Star Wars. So I just wanted it to feel like that. It's not going to be a full-on Stranger Things style 80s, tribute, but it will have that a little bit more kind of Flash Gordon feel to it, if you know what I mean. And I think that can only be good. I'm really enjoying the soundtrack so far, and I hope you like it too. And if you don't, you can always turn the music volume down, because of course the music has its own slider. Now, I was looking at what I've been doing this week, because obviously taking up the whole week wasn't the music. The music took about a day or two to sift through and add to the game, and it sounds really cool, and that combined with the weather effects and all the various arenas and times of day mean you get a lot of different variety in your battles. But I've started putting together the Steam page for the game and the associated trailer. So that meant gathering assets and screenshots and, not exactly the most exciting task, but I'm really happy with where it's going. And seeing some of the screenshots and things, it really does feel like a Sword and Sandals like you've never seen before. Familiar, yet different. And I'm looking forward to showing off the Steam page once it's approved. So today, I'm going to be going through and putting all the game description and, bits of text about the game. That should take me most of the morning. And then this afternoon, I'll be working on the trailer. And once the trailer and that are up there, I'll submit it to Steam for approval, and hopefully, probably early next week, maybe earlier, I should have a teaser trailer for you and also the Steam page, so you can start wishlisting the game, which is very important, of course, as I mentioned in each video. Well, that's really it for this week. There isn't that much to talk about. I haven't done that much else on the combat engine, a lot of behind the scenes stuff. So next week, fingers crossed, is the big trailer reveal. So I'll look forward to seeing you all then. And of course, if you're interested in finding out more about Sword and Sandals, remember to subscribe. Hey, I got the finger right this time. I actually planned earlier. Yeah, subscribe to the channel and, of course, leave your comments below and let me know what you think of the direction of Swords and Sandals Immortals and where you think it's going. And, of course, next week you'll have a lot more to talk about because from next week on, I will start sharing proper screenshots of all the gladiators, all the armor, the weapons. It's going to be a free-for-all from here on in. I feel like you've waited long enough. So next week, onward and upward. We're still in lockdown here in Sydney, Australia, so I'll be indoor for a while, and hence my hair is getting a little fuzzy and long. So I expect by the time we get a lockdown, by lockdown I mean we can't go anywhere because of COVID. My hair will be long and my beard will be grey, and I'll look like Gandalf the Grey or something like that. All right, my friends, have a brilliant week, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.